So differences in relationship, differences in fairness, how he approaches power, value, like a lot of very different things to consider, which then makes him a very intriguing character for you to negotiate with. And so many people are asking, so how do you negotiate with Trump? But I think that one of the questions people are not asking is, what do you not do with Trump? Because what we see is a lot of people making mistakes when negotiating with him. And so what would be maybe the not do's first?
And I think we have lots of them to study from, because I think both of us agree that people are not doing so well negotiating with Trump so far. And so I think the key mistake that we see all the time is that people disregard power differences. So they come with this idea that Trump is a bully. And if you cross the street with the bully and he's sizing you, you want to pretend you're strong so the bully doesn't attack you. But that's the wrong diagnostic. He's behaving as a hard bargainer. So the hard bargainer already thought about power very clearly. He knows what the power leaves. And then you go to the table and you disregard the power differences and you behave like you have more power than you actually do. And we call that more bravado than. That's not negotiating with power. That's negotiating with power you don't have. It's very important to understand the difference between pretending to have and having power. So people go to the table, behave as if they had power. They don't want to come across as intimidated. And so what the hard bargainer, being Trump or other, would need to do is to actually demonstrate their power. Because they want to get a good deal in the end based on their power superiority. If the other side is not acknowledging it, they have to make it clear for them. And so that type of behavior just invites a much more stronger demonstration of power from Trump, and that just compromises the rest of the negotiation. So that, for me, would be mistake number one people are doing that they should not do.
Don't call out a power battle if you don't have the power to back it up. Definitely don't do it in public, because then you invite the worst person trying to prove to you that they have. What's the third?
So the third is going back to the anchor. Right? Remember, his tactic started by Greenland, or start with something very extreme. The idea behind that, one of the advantages of that tactic, is that becomes the worst case scenario to avoid, and then people start measuring the success of their deals against that first Trump proposal. So after a while, a bad deal, if you measure through more objective ways of measuring, becomes, well, good compared to that initial Trump request. And so if you start measuring the success of your deal and what you're pursuing based on that first Trump proposal, you're very likely to get your scale very confused, and you're going to accept very bad deals, but they were better than the first proposal. So the advice would be, he put it on the table, just understand the interest behind it. That's why I say buy Greenland. Okay, he's interested in probably rare earth minerals, probably defense against China and Russia, or attack potential, power potential against these countries. That's probably what he's interested in. Let's negotiate with him. And he's also saying that he's willing to put money into it, right? So that's how I would break down his first proposal, and then think, okay, I'm going to negotiate based on these things, not with the fear of buying Greenland or invading Greenland, whatever. Let's focus. How can I maximize, being Denmark, my interests, knowing Trump's interests?